Hey guys, this is Stu. This is just the inbox review, as promised, of the M26 Pershing tank, which actually was designed as a replacement for the old Sherman. These actually were introduced into service around about February 1945, which was basically February, April, May. Well, it's about 4 months before the war ended. And they were used to great effect against Tiger 1s, Panthers, as well as Panzer 4s, and that's primarily what it was designed to do. And if you look at the actual shape of it, it's not dissimilar to a Tiger, so I think when these first came rolling down the road, some Tiger units actually mistook it for a friendly Tiger until it fired upon them. Oops. It also went on to serve in Korea and is well known for the Incheon River incident, and came up against the T-34 there to great effect, and was also used in some of the wars in the Middle East, which I think was used as a super Pershing with a bigger gun and a bigger engine to great effect. And because of its design, it's had a big influence on the tanks that we see today. Anyway, as you can see, you've got the familiar white box illustration on the top of the box, which is beautifully produced, as well as a side view, which you see here. On the side of the box, you've got a side view of the tank, as well as a front and back one, which will be handy for when you're actually painting the kit. Then on the other side, you've got an illustration of the assembled kit and painted, which looks super. And funnily enough, this is one of the few Tamiya kits where you've got an active suspension which actually operates on here. And then you've got an illustration of the crew, as you can see there, and also the stowage. In case you want to look this up on eBay and get hold of one, because I don't think it's still in production, the actual kit number is, if I can show you, T26E3. That's T26E3. Okay, guys? Right, let's get to the crux of the matter and see what's inside the box. Move that out of the way. First off, the instruction sheet. Same old familiar format that you ordinarily see with Tamiya instructions, except this one's actually got an illustrator in the assembled kit. And when you open it up, excuse the Japanese writing, that's the Japanese interpretation. You've got the English interpretation about the history of the vehicle itself. And then just a sort of a tree from when the Sherman actually was in production, right through to the Pershing, to the tanks that we know today, as well as the adversaries that they've come against. Okay. And then there's an illustration also of the action at Incheon River, and as you can see, there's an abandoned T-34 to the side there. Okay. Again, you've got the colour call-outs specifically to Tamiya paints, but you can get an app, as well know, called the Colour app, and that will interpret what colour you will need as to which brand of paint you're using. First stage is basically the assembly of all the torsion arms, and you've got to screw some of the inside down, which is going to help with the active suspension on the kit. Okay. Then you're adding all the torsion arms, well, some of the actual suspension. Then you've got the links to assemble, and then add all the torsion arms. Now you have to use plastic lugs on this and not glue them, because obviously it's going to be moving up and down with the active suspension on it. Okay, guys? Then there's the active suspension towards the back of the vehicle, and then obviously the front. Okay, as you can see there. Alright, and then it's the assembly of all the running gear, and then they assemble the running gear to the lower hull, which I won't do until the end of the build. And then you've got the familiar instructions how to mount the tracks, and then the assembly of the submachine gun, and I'm not sure what these are. I think they might be the headlights. And then obviously you've got the sub-assemblies on the upper hull, along with the grills to the air filter for the engine. More sub-assemblies, and then the application of the upper hull to the lower hull. And this just shows you how the suspension actually works, as it were, on the kit. Okay. And then you've got the side skirts which go onto the vehicle, including the stowage racks. Then the tow bar, which is interestingly at the back of the vehicle. Okay. Then the assembly of the two halves of the turret, as well as the mantle for the gun. And you can actually get that to move like you do on most Tamiya kits. Then the assembly of the barrel to the mantle, but I'll be using a metal barrel because I don't like that horrible seam line that goes down the middle, and it's a bugger to get rid of. Then you got the assembly of the hatch to the actual upper turret, as well as the mantle and the turret and the barrel and sub-assemblies. Then the attachment of all the commander's cupola, as well as other attachments such as the aerial and side racks. The assembly of the submachine gun. And the attachment of all the sub-assemblies, including the spare tracks to the actual side of the turret, which I may well be doing in the very last part of the build, because you've got to put a star decal under there. And I think it's going to be a bit tricky to do so with it before you do that. We'll see. Then you've got a colour guide to the two crew figures which you see here. That's the loader and the commander. And then obviously the final assembly of the turret to the main hull. Okay, and then you've got on a sub-assembly of all the storage racks and where they are positioned. Okay, as to which version you're doing. I might well source some more stowage from the aftermarket products that I get. And you've also got, incidentally, got a guide to how to set the colours to which version you ever want to do. Okay. Now, last but not least, on the instruction manual is all the colour callouts. The first version is the one that was used at the Incheon River in September 1950. And that was the Company B, 1st Tank Battalion, US Marine Corps. Okay, as you can see there, which is depicted on the box art. And then interestingly, we've got the end, well, towards the end of the Second World War, we got a number of sub-variants here. This version was used by the 9th Tank Company A, 18th Tank Battalion, 8th Armoured Division, 1945 in the Czech Republic. Okay, and incidentally, interestingly enough, you got the name on the barrel, which actually is reminiscent of the tank in Fury, which was its predecessor, the Sherman. And the next version is of the Tank Company East. Was it East? Oh, E67th Regiment, 2nd Armoured Division, April 1945 in Germany. And then the last version is in here, which I may well do, is Tank Number 5, 2nd Platoon, Tank Company F, 33rd Armoured Regiment, 3rd Armoured Division, February 1945 at Elsdorf, which I think was one of the last towns to be liberated. So yeah, quite a mixed bag there. And let's get to the really interesting meaty part of the kit, is the kit parts itself. As you can see here, we've got the side skirts. Okay guys, and there is a wealth of detail on here. If I can get the damn light to come in. There we are, come on guys, focus. There you go, I've got lovely rivet detail there, as you can see, very crisp and clear. Okay, very nicely done. Even the hatches are nicely done as well. You've even got some of the old yeah, and there's a little air fin. I think this is the air filter here, I'm not quite sure, I might be wrong. And then obviously you've got the tow rope right here. And the thing I like is the welding. They've actually caught on the upper hull, which you should be able to see. Look at that, all the welding on it. It's beautifully produced. Really, really well done. I love it. Okay, trying to get it to focus here, guys. There you go. You see the casting on there. Beautifully produced. Even on the turret. Look on the turret, you've got the casting on the turret. It's beautifully reproduced on there. Absolutely gorgeous. Even on the bottom of the turret. Look at this. Look at that, eh? Beautiful. Then you've got the lower hull, and they've obviously got the escape hatches which you've got on here, and I love the texture on the actual kit as well. Unfortunately I'm just trying to get it under the light because the camera light's not working. I think you just about see it. See all the surface texture? Beautiful. Okay. And then obviously you've got the mantlet. You see the casting detail on it. Look at that. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Then you've got the commander's cupola. Hatches again. And then you've got the grills here which will come up lovely with a wash. Okay, that's for the engine compartment. There you go again. Sodding thing, but just won't bloody focus. Sorry about this, guys. That's the best I can get it, I'm afraid. I'm so sorry. There you go. Whoops. There we are. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. Then obviously we've got the stowage racks. Well, this is some of the actual stowage. If I can get it to damn well focus. No, it's not quite going to focus, but oh, there you go. There's a wood grain. He even caught the wood grain on the boxes. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And then obviously you've got all the running gear, which you can see here, such as the sprockets. Okay, again, beautifully produced. If I can get the damn thing to focus. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. Really, really well done. Still, that's Tamiya kits for you, you know. Yeah, lovely. And then obviously we've got the figures. If I can get them to bloody turn round, get them to focus. Come on, guys. I don't think you're going to get it through this film. I might do, I don't know. There you go. Yeah, lovely. Well produced. Let's turn it around the right way because I don't think you can see them very well. There we are. Look at that. Lovely. I might even use the AK paints for my flesh range on this. I'll need to experiment, but there you go. Okay, guys. Then you've got the well-known MG34. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That'll come up well with a lead pencil with some dry brushing, etc. Lovely. And then obviously you've got the decals with the various options, which you see here. A little bit thick. I'm going to have to put a lot of setting solution on those, unfortunately. And then obviously we've got these horrible rubber tracks, although the detail on them is quite nice. I won't be using them though. I'll be using also an aftermarket set. More than likely AFV. And that, my friends, is the end of the in-box review of the M26 Pershing tank. So if you can snap one up, do. As I say, I don't think they're in production anymore, but I think it's going to make quite a smashing kit, and it will be an essential bonus to my armoured collection. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. Until then, happy modelling and get kit crazy, and I'll see you on the next video. And I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, subscribe and leave your comments. Okay? Take care, guys, and I'll see you soon.